Welcome back to the channel. Now, not gonna lie, this episode was all over the place. I'm starting to see a pattern here, WeTV, okay, between the Braxtons and now this show. I'm gonna need y'all to work on that editing. Because once again, I'm seeing a bunch of different pieces put together, okay, to make one episode. But I am Denise Brady. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and y'all know I love me some reality TV shows, mental health, documentaries, movies. We get into some things over here, and your girl loves to eat up. I just eat it up, okay? They make it too easy for me. Now, if you are new here, make sure you hit that like, that notification bell, because you want to join the team, okay? You want to get put on, okay? You want to get put on. We're not jumping people in over here, okay? You're not going to get jumped in, okay? But you want to get put on and be a part of the family now. Getting into this episode, we start off with Tia going to try and make use of the wedding band she has not worn in years. Okay, now there's a part of me that's like, do I believe in rehashing, recycling, regiving of wedding bands and rings when they didn't really work out with the wedding? Is there bad juju associated with that? We now, of course, Tia wants to do something with it to give it to her children. It's interesting because I remember when she was on her little I'm getting divorced media tour, okay? She was saying that she didn't believe her marriage was a failure and that it was a success. Do y'all remember that? Okay, she was talking, I think, to Hoda maybe, okay, on the couch, the Today Show couch. But now it's maybe some time has settled and she realized it didn't work out and it wasn't a success. So she's trying to figure out something to do with her wedding band. She wants to give it to her daughter, who, once again, I'm loving that she's not forcing her children to be on TV. We see a little bit of her daughter, no Cray, of course. But yeah, she's trying to do something with her ring. We get to that. Okay. But her friends, of course, girl, you need to do something with yourself. Okay. You need to get back in them streets and start dating. But once again, they don't recognize, at least from my perspective, Tia is a late bloomer. Okay, she's only been in love one time. Okay, her first love was Corey. Her first everything was Corey. And she was with the man for what, 22 years? And she's only been divorced a year and a half when this was filmed. Maybe at this point, 2 years. When you have been married that long, there is grief and loss. That's what a lot of people forget. Some of y'all be in my comments with the negativity. Just say you don't like black women. Just say you don't like women in general. You don't gotta come in my comments and say she should have stayed. She should have just taken a break and went back to him. Y'all really don't know a real relationship. The ups, the downs. Sometimes you don't want to put up with that person, but you're married and you got kids. I can tell some of y'all ain't used to long-term relationships. Y'all letting me know in the comments, okay? Some of the comments are very low vibrational, below my pay grade. Okay. But we see her friends trying to get her into dating again. And once again, you see Tia, one part of Tia who's like, okay, let's try this. I'm happy. I'm nervous. I'm excited. But then the other part's like, I'm not ready. Okay. And I feel like the part of her that's like, yes, let's get out there and date. I feel like that's more of the people pleasing. And the part's like, I'm still hurting is the real Tia. Okay. It is okay to tell your friends, I'm not ready. Let's chill. Let's hang out. I don't know if I want to be on Riot. I don't know if I want to be on Tinder. I'm not ready. But once again, we see Ciara and her other friend. No, girl, it's time. Hand me your phone. Okay, let's go on some speed dates. Let's reset, re-add that app Riot to your phone. Hand it to me right now because we're gonna reset you up and get you on some dates. Okay, so that's what this whole episode was mainly about, was them trying to get Tia a date, a suitor, and at one point they catfish some people. Okay, now if you're not familiar with Riot, it's an app where rich people, established people who can't just be on Tinder, they go on Riot where it's they screen people a lot better to know, hey, if you want to go on a date with Andy Cohen, you're not just somebody from down the street. You gotta go through a process. It's for rich people, okay? People who are established. So, of course, these men show up thinking, where Tia at? And the girls are like, hey, you got catfished. We're not going to let you come over here and date our friend. You got to get through us first. Okay. And of course, the men are trash, right? One of them said that he couldn't date somebody because she terminated a pregnancy. She kept her white kids, but not the black kids. He said that. He was dense and dumb. Okay. Another one was a chauvinist who felt like women should probably bow down to him. Oh, I just gave you a compliment. You didn't say thank you to me? Yeah, he was trash. Okay. Now the other guy, he had like this natural free flow locks, afro. I'm not sure what you call it nowadays. But I feel like the one person I kind of was like, you might want to look at him, Tia, was dude behind the camera. When she was in her closet and they were doing like this little scene, you could see some little interaction. Now, Tia wants her a little bit of a bad boy, some tattoos. Once again, she's a girl who was raised very strict, didn't get to date a lot. Okay. So I think she's ready for a little bit of taste on the wild side. Okay. You know, all of us at some point go through our little hood journey, our little, the dudes from the street. We want to be that passenger while he doing stuff he ain't supposed to be doing. Everybody has that phase, right? Some of us get out of the phase and realize they ain't no long-term relationship. Some of y'all married him. Some of y'all that's y'all baby daddies, okay? But Tia, she never went through that. She never went through the whole phase. She never went through okay, let me see what the thugs over there got going on. Learn from us, Tia. You don't need that. You don't need to be in the streets with these dudes, okay? But yeah, she wants somebody who got a little bit more edge, some tattoos, okay? And I think that, she should try some things. But I also think she needs to heal and really work on where am I at now? Who is the Tia of today versus the Tia who married Corey, who was a young girl trying to figure out life. Now I think she's a woman, a seasoned woman trying to figure out life, balance, being a business owner, being a mom, being a sister, being a friend, finding myself. And I enjoyed that part of the episode, her really discussing how hard it is to be a mom and try and juggle so many different things. I find myself trying to figure out, how do I juggle so many different things? Being a businesswoman, being a mom, being a friend. Those are the realities of being a business owner, a woman nowadays who has things under their belts that when they are established. And we don't talk about how hard it is, overwhelming it is at time. And I hope we hear more of that, because that is what was missing to me from the Braxtons, was more of realness. Okay. And I feel like we are getting realness from Tia, at least thus far, in my opinion. It doesn't feel so much like rehearsed. And even when they do show behind the curtain, it feels like it's more of her quirky, like real self, not really, I'm just putting on for cameras. So I really hope we do see more of the struggle of trying to juggle so many different things and the grief and loss associated with divorce. Not only did she lose that person, she probably lost relationships with that person. Friends, y'all had a friend circle probably for 20 years. Family members that she was close to from his side of the family. Different business things they had together. Divorce comes with grief and loss. And I think people forget that you're not just divorcing the person, you're divorcing the lifestyle and people associated with that person. So as much as I think it's time for her to grow, evolve, see what else is out there, it's time to see what else is in here too. Okay. Also acknowledge the loneliness. She's very lonely. She's looking for connection. She wants to just be loved and held. We all are seeking connection. We all want love. We all want connection. The difference with Tia, though, which is different from most people, she's always had someone by her side. And once again, this is the first time in her life that she does not have anyone by her side to find comfort in. Her relationship with her sister is not in the best place. She divorced Corey. There's a lot of grief happening. The grief of her sisterly relationship. And I know y'all be blaming her. I really wish y'all would just admit that y'all hate Tia and move on with your lives. Okay? Instead of, making these videos that she's a bad person. It's not that she's a bad person. You just don't F with her. And it's okay. You ain't got to F with everybody. But don't make these videos saying how much, Tia's a bad person. She's a narcissist. She's not. Okay? I wish y'all understood the clinical diagnosis of someone being a narcissist and just the TikTok version of it, because she's not. Okay. But I think, Tia, there's a lot of healing to be done there. I want people to discuss and be more transparent about the grief and loss of divorce, how hard it is to start all over, to walk away not only from that person, but everything underneath that person, the in-laws, the relationships. Tia is very much starting a new journey now. And she's in her early, I think mid 40s, and just now discovering who is Tia. And I wish her friends would kind of lay off a little bit. Her relationship with Ciara is a little bit too much. I think Ciara got off on playing Tia on the dating apps, pretend to be her, a little bit too much. I got my little spidey sense on that one. Okay. Ciara, I'm sorry, you got to go. Okay. I'm not liking that. Not liking the energy there. Okay. I know I got my third eye, and my third eye is real big right now. Okay. But they're just my quick thoughts. The episode was kind of all over the place. I need y'all to kind of get it together instead of pulling these different things and putting them together, because it was all over the place. But yeah, let's talk more about grief and loss related to relationships that are still here. People think of grief and loss as people who are no longer living with us, but how do you deal with the grief and loss of someone who is still existing, but you don't have a relationship with that person? How do you deal with that? Knowing other people have access to that person, but you don't have a relationship with them anymore. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Tia's ready to date? Should she focus on healing, focus on her children? What is it like for someone to start all over in their mid-40s? Let me know your thoughts, because of course we can't get into it. Make sure you smash that like, you leave me some comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.